Hello friends, in this video we'll be discussing binary operation and its properties. Welcome back students. In this video we are starting with the new chapter algebraic structure, very important chapter. So what algebraic structure we going to study under this chapter? They are written here: semi-group, monoid group, abelian group. There are few more: ring, field, integral domain, and so on. So these are the algebraic structure we are going to study under this particular chapter. So before going ahead or before understanding what algebraic structure is, you need to understand what a binary operation is. So in this video we'll be discussing what binary operation is and what are the different properties, because see, once you are comfortable with the binary operation, you can easily manage, and its properties obviously, then you can easily manage all the algebraic structure. So let us start. First of all, let us discuss the definition of a binary operation. Let A be a non-empty set, then star is said to be binary operation if it is closed under that operation. So this is the definition of binary operation. Now what did you understand by this? Nothing? Don't worry, I'll explain you. Now there is an example given here. N is equal to set of natural numbers. If you add any two natural numbers, let's say 2 and 3. If you add any two natural numbers, your result will also be a natural number. Agree? Therefore, n comma plus is closed, or it's simply called, it's a binary operation. So are you clear with the definition? See, n comma plus is a binary operation. Now what is the definition? If you perform this particular operation, here it is star. Star means a general operation, but here we are taking a specific operation. If you are performing addition on this particular set, natural numbers, so any two numbers, if you're taking addition, your result will also be a natural number. Therefore it is called closed. Closed means perform the operation on the set and the result should also belong to the set. If this is the condition satisfied, then it is called closed, and in that case that set comma operation becomes the binary operation. Are you clear with this? Let me give you one more example. Let's say n comma star, or n comma multiplication. Basically I'm not using star because star is a general operation. N comma into, please tell me, is it a binary operation? So what is the condition? Consider any two elements from this set, natural number, and multiply. Let's say 2 and 3. So if you multiply 2 and 3, the result is 6. That also is a natural number. Therefore you can say n comma multiplication is closed operation, and therefore it is called a binary operation. Therefore it is also a binary operation. Now let me give an example which is not a binary operation. Now please tell me, n comma minus, is it a binary operation or not? No. Take any two natural numbers, let's say 2 and 3. So if you subtract 3 minus 2, that is okay, because 3 minus 2 is what? 1. That belongs to the set. But what if you do 2 minus 3? So 2 minus 3 is what? Minus 1, and minus 1 does not belong to this particular set. Therefore n comma minus is not closed, therefore it's not a binary operation. Or simply you can say, take same number, let's say 2 minus 2. So 2 minus 2 is what? 0. 0 again does not belongs to the natural number, therefore it is not a binary operation. Is this definition clear of binary operation? So what is the definition of binary operation? A be a non-empty set, likewise here it is n. Star is said to be binary operation, likewise plus or multiplication, if it is closed under that operation. That means take any two numbers, perform that operation. If result is also present in that set, then it is called a binary operation. If it is not present, then it is not a binary operation. Is this definition clear of binary operation? Yes, let's move on. Now we'll discuss what are the different properties of binary operation. Very important lecture. You need to understand these properties, because if you understood these properties, you can easily manage all the algebraic structures. So let us start. The first property is closure property. Closure property means the same thing that we just discussed. An operation must be closed, or simply if it is closed, then only it is called binary operation. So that is the first property that we already discussed. And what is the closure property? Take any two numbers, perform that operation, the result should also present in that set, then it is called a closed operation, or it is called closure property. The same thing that we discussed. So obviously closure property must be satisfied. If it is not satisfied, then it's not a binary operation. So first property is closure property. What is the next property? Property number 2 is associative property. So what is the associative property? Let's say star is any operation. It can be plus, minus, addition, multiplication, whatever. So this property is called your associative property. That means if this is your expression, first of all, this particular bracket will be evaluated, and after that, A star result of this. And here, first of all, this will be evaluated, and with the result of this bracket, star C. So obviously, you know this associative property. Next, identity element, very important property, and the property says A star E is equal to A, or simply say E star A. In short, A star E or E star A doesn't matter. Just concentrate here on this particular term so that this will be very clear. A star, this also means the same. A star E is equal to A. If this is the case, E is identity element. If this definition is satisfied, then E is your identity element. So this is the definition. So what is the definition? See, you should get the same term. You should get the same term. Now let us identify what is the identity element with respect to plus. See here, 2. Let me take 2 as an element. Let me take the operation plus, and what is the definition says? Whatever you write here, you should write here. Whatever you write here, you should write here. We should get the same answer. So here we have 2, so we should get 2. Let me take one more example. Let's say 3. So whatever we write here, see here, A and A. So whatever comes here is your identity element. Now please tell me, what should I write here so that I will get the answer is 2 and the answer is 0. So if I'll write 0 here, so this is 2 plus 0 equal to 2, 3 plus 0 equal to 3, or in fact you can take negative number also. So see here, so in short, E is equal to 0. So what is the identity element with respect to plus? Identity element with respect to plus is 0. Generally what we say identity element is 1. But forget about the normal mathematics. We are into discrete mathematics. Generally what we say identity element is 1, but not here. Here E is equal to 0. Identity element is 0. So whenever I ask you what is the identity element, you should ask me first, sir, with respect to which operation? So with respect to plus, E is your identity element. That is, E is 0 is your identity element. Now let us talk identity element with respect to multiplication. So here 2, you should get 2. Let's say minus 3, so you should get minus 3. Now what should I write here? I should write 1. If I write 1, see here, 2 into 1 is 2, minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. In short, E is equal to 1. That means with respect to multiplication, my identity element is 1. Is this clear how to find it out, the identity element? And don't worry, while solving the problem, we're going to consider these things in detail. So you just need to understand the concept first, because here and there a few variation and you will be able to manage the algebraic structures. So this is the concept of identity element. Next, let's talk about the inverse. Now inverse means A star A inverse is equal to E. If this is the case, A inverse is your basically inverse. Now this is the definition that you need to remember. Likewise, identity, you need to remember the definition. Here also you need to remember the definition. And what the definition says, A star A inverse equal to E. That means here it should be A and here should be your identity element. Let me take an example so that it will be clear. Let me take 2. And if I'll take plus, here I should get the identity element. In place of A, I am taking 2. In place of star, I am taking plus. Here I should get on right hand side my identity element. Now what is the operation? What is the identity element first of all? Yes, valid question. With respect to which operation? Here we are talking about plus. So what should be the identity element? It should be 0. So what to write here? To get 0. So I should write minus 2. That means 2 inverse is minus 2. That means A inverse is minus A. Is this clear? Generally what we say A inverse is 1 upon A. But this is not the case. Here A inverse is minus A. So it's not a general mathematics. So whenever I ask you what is the identity element, what is the inverse, the first question should come in your mind is So with respect to which operation? Now let us discuss the same example with respect to multiplication. Here it is 2 star multiplication, not star basically. E is the identity element. Now we are talking about multiplication. So what is the identity element? Now it should be 1 here. So what should I write here? Is 1 upon 2. So you can say A inverse is 1 upon A. A inverse is 1 upon A with respect to what? With respect to multiplication. But A inverse is minus A with respect to addition. So you should know these things. So I think this is clear. Identity element and inverse. Let's discuss commutative. It's very simple property. A star B is equal to B star A. See here. A star E is E star A. So that is your commutative property. A star B is equal to B star A. So these are the different properties of binary operation. So I hope these properties are clear along with the definition of binary operation. Now let us discuss what are the different algebraic structure. So there are 4 algebraic structure that we are going to discuss here in the next videos, coming videos. And there are few more also, but yes, we divide into 2 parts basically, you can say. In the first discussion, we'll talk about these 4 algebraic structure. The first algebraic structure is semigroup. When a binary operation becomes a semigroup, we know the binary operation, right? When a binary operation becomes a semigroup, if it satisfies property closure and associative. See these 2 properties. If a binary operation satisfies these 2 properties, then it is called a semigroup. If a binary operation satisfies these 3 properties, that is closure, associative and identity, that becomes monoid. If a binary operation satisfies first 4 properties, that is what? Closure, associative, identity and inverse, then it becomes group. And if a binary operation satisfies all the 5 properties, that is closure, associative, identity, inverse and commutative, then that binary operation is called abelian group. Are you clear with this? Now you might be thinking, how are we going to prove whether it is a semigroup, monoid group, abelian group? Because we know the basics of properties. So don't worry about that. In the next coming videos, we will discuss how to prove these properties and how to check whether an binary operation is which type of algebraic structure. Hope you understood. We're done with the video. Thank you for watching this video.